there. I'm the gentleman whose story is all about, and these are some of the reasons why I wanted my story to be told. First of all, I'd like to change the way people think about people like me, people who are diagnosed of schizophrenia and bipolar disorder. First of all, people think that people like me do not belong to the same society that they belong in. They get to think that we're outcast and we do things abnormally all the time and we act out of our own will, which is not true because if one is taking medication and they follow what the doctors or the therapists have been telling them to do, they get to act in a normal way. So I believe that people should change their mindset and stop thinking that people with such conditions cannot behave or act just as these other people. I would also like to let these people know that anyone else can suffer from this kind of condition at any given time. And all you have to do is just being careful, take care of yourself, avoid some stuff which can trigger these mental illnesses. The reason why I believe that I was diagnosed with schizophrenia and I became sick was because of my dependence on alcohol. I started alcohol at a very young age, maybe of 13. That was in 2008 when I was in Form 3 at a certain secondary school. I want to mention it. You read it in the book, let me forget it. And after starting taking alcohol, it became a habit that I was feeling that I would not stop. But after a little while, after realizing that I was doing the wrong thing to myself, that's when I had to stop. But then it had already backfired. So I'm just urging the youth that if they think they can stop taking alcohol based on whatever reasons they have, this is one of the reasons. You don't have to be taking alcohol because you never know that maybe you have mental illness in your bloodline, and if you continue taking alcohol, you might become sick. So it's just a warning. I'd like people to stop doing that. And the second reason is that I'd like people to know that this thing can happen to anyone, as I already explained, and they have to embrace and love the people who have schizophrenia and bipolar disorder so that they can live in an environment where they feel like they are loved and they can tell people whatsoever is passing through their mind and what's going on with them so that they can live a healthy life and have a better environment for them. So basically, there are a lot of reasons, but then I couldn't just explain them all. But these are the main reasons why I had to explain, because as myself, a person who has been ill for a very long time, maybe it's been maybe almost like 12 to 15 years, but then I have faced so many difficulties. I have suffered in terms of my academics. I couldn't do well. In terms of finding a job, I couldn't find a job because I didn't do well in my academics. But before, I was a very bright student. So things just changed out of the blue after I got diagnosed by this illness. So there are a lot of stuff which I can explain, like stigma from people whom I thought they would be there for me. They wouldn't, because they'll be telling people, this guy is a crazy guy. You don't have to associate with him. Whatever he says is not a thing which you can trust or hear. I'll make a decision out of it. So yeah, basically, I'll just leave it here. The rest you find it in the book, get to read it, and you see that what I'm trying to say here is making sense.